Good evening mga kalaro! Magkasama na naman inyong mga sportito para sa isang gabi ng kwentuhan, kulitan at kantsawan dito lang sa Laro-Laro lang. I'm Chief Bisdak Joel Parcon and kasama natin the daddy who dribbles all the way in Canada, Mr. Excited Gary Villanueva.
Hello, good evening, good morning,
Yon! Andito rin ang ating expert sa pagmimiron, si Coach Miron, Noy Africa.
Good evening to our televiewers, sabi nga ni Farley. Pag masyadong seryosohin, laro-laro lang.
And of course, hindi magpapahuli ang master ng pasabog, si Mr. Pasabog Farley, Dom Romantico Aguila.
Oh, talagang intro na yan.
Tama na.
Huwag ka na gumalaw.
Good evening ho sa inyo. Abangan nyo tong episode na to. Isa sa mga pinaka-excited ako. Ewan ko kung bakit. Abangan nyo na lang.
Yun! Okay mga kalaro, ngayong gabi we have our very first female guest dito sa Laro-Laro lang. We have with us tonight a very good friend of the Sportitos. She is a radio DJ with her own online show on YouTube. A voice-over talent din. Baka nga narinig nyo na ang boses niya sa mga TVC or AVP ninyo, hindi nyo lang alam. And she's also a host both online and for events. And of course, a sportscaster. Siya ang aming 5'7" na kaibigan na one of the boys. Sobrang daming ginagawa ng ating guest. Mind you, she is heading to the top in all of these fields if she's not there already. Mga sportito, let's all welcome the Renaissance woman, Alexine C. Alex, good evening. Welcome to Laro-Laro lang.
Good evening, you guys. My gosh, I am so happy to be guesting on your show. Maraming salamat sa pag-imbita. At pasensya na kung medyo nagkagulo sa schedule, but ito na, mangyayari na talaga ngayong gabi. And may I set the record straight, mind you, I am 5'7". I believe in my heart. 5'7". That's all I have to say. Thank you, folks.
Okay, everybody, thank you for watching.
Good night.
That's our show.
Chief, hindi mo inad, finalist sa Itbulaga. Ano ba yung sa Itbulaga?
Oh my God.
nga.
Huwag kang
Diba?
judgmental.
Oo.
Huwag
Ay,
kang
akala ko
judgmental.
Akala ko nito Miss Philippines.
Oo nga. Oh my gosh. Did you guys watch that?
Oo naman.
Hanapin ko yung picture mo, ha?
One of the highest top rated dyan
Gawin mo
yung
yan,
lumabas
FO na tayo, Farley. Baka may segment mo. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, that was a good show. That was a good show. Very good opportunity to be a part of
Dream
that.
ko kaya makasali doon.
Oh, diba? O sige, kontahin ko yung writers ha. Para sa mga
Pero gusto ko yung mas
tawi.
gusto ko ata yung contestant.
Iba na yun.
Mahirap yun.
Si ata doon eh. Kilala ko rin. Sige, sa writer, pwede. Usap na lang tayo.
Labo.
Okay.
Next.
Yes, Chief, go ahead. You were saying,
Next.
Chief?
Okay, anyway, Alex, what's been keeping you busy nowadays?
Oh my gosh, I think you summed it up very well, Joel. So it's hosting, and then I'm back on air, which I've been on a break. I've been on a 2-year break from radio, and it was a good break, but it's great to be back. Voiceovers are, as you can see, the booth here beside me. This is where I do most of my work. Yeah, and hosting as well. Sportscasting, unfortunately, has taken a backseat this year. In 2020 because as you all know, COVID, and so we're all playing it safe. But it doesn't mean that I'm not into sports still. So I as much as possible, I still try to stay active. And what else? Yeah, being a mom, a very proud mom of a 9-year-old boy. So that's what's been keeping me busy.
Nice.
Wow, grabe. Jam-pack ang schedule ni Alex.
Yes, as you can say from experience.
Buti nga,
Ma-reach.
napaunlakan tayo ngayong gabi ni Alex. With her
Oy,
busy
anong hindi
scheds.
ma-reach? Excuse me. Andito ako
5'7"
sa
lang yan, ma-reach natin yan.
5'7" lang naman ako. Ma-reach na naman ako.
Ma-reach
5'7"
natin
lang.
yan. Alex, ako usually nag-start to, but let's start from the very beginning. Bilang So
Okay.
have you, all your life, have you ever wanted to be like a radio DJ or a sportscaster or a talent? Was this a plan from the start?
You
How
know
did
what?
this come about?
Oh my gosh, Gary. Actually, come to think of it, everyone asks me about my journey in radio and what I do presently in my career, but I'm surprised no one has actually asked me if that's what I had wanted to be or planned to be. So you're actually the first to ask me that.
Oh, di ba?
Ang galing ah.
Galing.
Yeah. No,
Close
actually,
enough.
to much of your surprise or to many people's shock, the answer is no. I actually originally wanted to be a lawyer. So I took up legal
Wow.
management in college because
Panyera.
yeah, I have a love for law. I still do actually. I have law books I love to read, but yeah, to answer your question, no. Um, talagang abogada ang dream ko.
Okay.
Yun.
Pareho tayo.
So you finished the law everything law courses and whatever, ganun, tinapos mo
Pre-law.
ng college. Pre-law talaga.
No, I didn't. I took pre-law. I decided not to proceed to law
Pursue
school
it.
because parang I felt, and this is I feeling ko ang daming mag-criticize dito sa sasabihin ko, but I was young then. I was very idealistic. For me kasi parang I looked at lawyers very highly. Kumbaga parang idol ko sila talaga. And I said to myself, if I'm going to be a mediocre lawyer, if I'm not going to be the best, then I won't na lang.
Wag na
And
lang.
at that
Oh,
time kasi
wow.
I knew there were people who were much better than me. But I know now, mali yun. That's really wrong thinking. Mali. I know.
Okay
But
lang
yeah,
yan.
okay lang
We were
yun.
all young then.
Yeah. We still are young now.
Also nangyari? Did you shift courses? Paano ka naging broadcast? What was your first
Okay. No, hindi na
whatever
ako
to
nag-shift
dabble
course.
into it?
Oo nga, hindi na ako nag-shift course. I graduated legal management with honors. Nakas, kailangan
Wow.
talaga sabihin with
Talaga
honors.
hinabol yung with honors talaga eh.
With Nora.
Sino
With
talaga?
Nora.
With honors. With Nora honors.
Okay. Proud ako doon. Para naman
Oo
ma-influence ko yung mga kababata natin ngayon na you can still aim for the stars as long as you put your mind to it. No, but no, because my family has been in the radio business since my angkong's time. Angkong is lolo in Chinese. My angkong is actually the one who built the radio stations back then, and then minana ng dad ko, and my dad was
Anong
actually
build radio stations? Literally binibuild yung radio station?
yeah, before he actually was granted a franchise from Congress, siya yung mismo nagpupunta sa mga iba't ibang bahay. Yung parang nagkakabit ng tube para magkaroon sila ng radio. This is way back, mga 1930s
Parang access.
Panahon ni
or
Farley.
something. Yeah, something like that. These are
Farley,
1930s.
kwento mo kami
Farley,
na.
kwento
Oo
mo
nga,
sa
Farley.
amin.
Ano ba tawag doon? Dun sa
Ano tawag doon, Farley, na panahon na yun?
panahon mo?
Radyo? O yung kakapal nyo ha.
Oh, yeah. Yun. And then,
Sorry
yun.
kayo.
Ah,
Transistor.
So yun.
Transistor radio.
Transistor.
At talagang hinabol talaga yung
Transistor,
tamang
that's right.
sagot,
That's
eh.
actually, tama yun. And my dad was actually trained in radio, and he was a DJ. He took the night slot. He took the 9 p.m. to 12 midnight slot. His name on air was Shy Guy. And so you could say, as I grew up, some people who have parents who own hotels, they lived in hotels, they grew up in hotels. Ako naman, I grew up in a radio station and I had music. I was surrounded by music all the time. So yun.
So you were a DJ first, ganun ba yan? You
Yes,
started
actually,
dabbling
my first love was actually radio. So I was a DJ first before anything else.
Nice. And then after that, what happens next? You did studies, made ads na? Mga ganun?
Yeah, so I started out parang yun, may mga home shopping network na kita mo sa TV, parang medyo hindi natin kalahi. So they look very foreign, but they're talking in English. So that
Ikaw
was
yun?
my yes,
Ikaw
so
yun?
that was my first ever like big VO project.
Wow!
Yun.
Do you-
Nag-dub.
Anong,
Yeah.
Ano, sige,
what ad?
sample naman, sample. What ad?
Wala
Do you
na,
remember
kalimutan ko na yung script
what's your
eh.
first
Pero
ad?
they were selling like a knife set or something.
Ah,
Tapos the girl was German, so kailangan i-dub into English. And I was the girl for the job. Yun.
Wow!
Yeah.
And then from there, dire-diretso na. And then hosting came about, I guess.
Actually,
Live
yung-
hosting na ba or what?
Sorry, you know what? Hosting actually came, I would say, secondary. Kasi I was hosting a lot of events in school. In UST, for those who went to UST, if you know the Paskuhan, yun, I hosted that. That was my first ever huge crowd event that I hosted.
Huge. Mga
Yun.
200, ganun.
Mga 300. I think, I'm sorry, we were about
Grabe.
not 300, 1,000 in attendance.
Oo.
Nice.
Malakas
Night,
kaya
oo.
mong paskuhan sa UST ah.
Sobra.
Oo.
It's a big event
Oo.
talaga. Na, sana mabalik nga.
Tsaka, well, from experience naman, ang alam ko, if you become a DJ, it's natural na minsan kinukuha ka nila to host some events talaga, di ba?
Yeah, that's true.
That's where some of the
But-
rackets come in.
But this I have to say, it doesn't necessarily mean that if you're a good DJ that you are a good host, and vice versa. So yeah, I think that's what a lot of people have a misconception about, is that if you're good in something, as long as you have to talk, then you're good. It's a totally different, how do you say it?
Animal.
So perfect, Gary.
Discipline.
Perfect.
It's a totally different discipline.
Different animal.
Discipline, yeah.
Yeah, discipline.
Okay.
There, that's the word, discipline. Yeah.
Okay, and then when did of course, sa mga hindi nakakalam, nakilala ko si Alex because we were part of the Newbies Broadcasting Agency ba?
Mhm.
Agency bali, no?
Agency Academy naman
Academy.
kasi.
Agency.
Agency.
Doon kami nagkakilala 5. And of course, we all had the love for sports and whatever. But I met Alex there. And at that time, you were covering, I think, a volleyball ba? Tama ba ako? Or
Yeah,
basketball ba?
that's
Beach
a funny
volleyball, I think.
Oh, super funny story, because at that time I went to that workshop to learn how to sportscast. But Sir Noel had sent me to Beach Volleyball Republic without any knowledge at that time. So this was prior to the workshop. And then I literally was learning on the fly.
So that was your first sportscasting gig talaga and everything in BVR? Your first foray into it?
I would say my first like actual professional gig, because a year, I think a few months back before that, I had met Sir Noel at M League, if you guys remember M League. But this time it was basketball. Tapos inupo niya ako, sige, let's test you out, ganyan. And I think naman, pumasa naman kasi
Malamang.
hindi ko naman.
So nag-ano ka rin,
So-
you did color commentating din sa M League, ganun?
Yeah, I did. So after the Beach Volleyball
Nice.
Republic, I did for M League as well, both for volleyball and basketball. Yeah.
Nice.
So,
Okay.
so how was that experience? No? Kasi it's very rare, lalo na sa Pinas, na someone is covering basketball. Alam mo naman yung basketball, marami mga critic and whatever. But how was that experience for you na nag-host ka for basketball?
Well, I love it. I love the sport kasi. Like I grew up with,
Mm.
Michael Jordan and, Kobe Bryant and Shaq O'Neal. Those guys. I'm like a 90s kid. So I love that sport. And I think I had, I wouldn't say like a lesser of the job. I would say I didn't really have the analytics part down. So I'm actually more of an anchor. I'm not an analyst. So the anchor part I love because I'm such a hype man. And everything that I do when I'm hosting or when I'm on air, I hype up things. I hype people up. I hype events. I hype scenarios, and that worked very well in my role as an anchor. So it was very exciting to be able to narrate what was happening to people who don't have visuals or who are not there presently in the venue. Parang I'm giving them, the minute by minute or second by second action of the game.
So what do you prefer, basketball or volleyball?
I hate you.
The question.
Question. Hindi,
I-
di pareho.
I exercise my right to the Fifth Amendment. Charot!
May ganun.
Wow. Abogada talaga.
Wala naman tayo ganun, di ba?
Hindi naalala. Di,
Yeah.
wala.
Yun sa Pinas
Wala,
pala
wala,
tayo.
wala.
Yun sa
Abogada.
abogado talaga. No. I would have to say, in the Philippines, I know we are okay, let's just say I play volleyball, but I love basketball more. Oh, I can't believe I admitted this on air.
Let's leave it at that. Let's leave it at that.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Hindi. Tapos for those of you who don't know, si Alex naman, ano to? Actually, si Rhea, nababasa ko, parang si Rhea na ata to, parang kadating ko sa picture nito. Ano,
Oo
parang
nga.
mermaid, di ba? Parang
Mermaid
parang
ako.
Water
mermaid dyan
lover.
eh.
Yeah.
Water lover. And then you have,
Yes.
tell us about that. Parang ang dami mong causes na nakikita namin in your Instagram and your Facebook na you're
Okay.
cleaning the beaches and stuff like that. How's it How has it progressed now that COVID? What's happening? Has it stopped? Are you continuing to do it? What's next?
Well, first of all, thanks for letting me talk about that. It's a very close. It's very close to my heart. That cause. So I'm one half of an organization called Mermaid Missions, and what we do is we organize reef cleanups on a monthly basis, and we work with volunteers. And what we do is we free dive, or we scuba dive, or we even do beach cleanups, and we just clean the reef, clean the shore, and we help, I guess, educate and inform people of the actual scenarios in our ocean, na talagang napakaraming plastic talaga. And for those of you who
Wow.
don't know, plastic will take 400 plus years to vanish. So yeah, and COVID, sorry, yeah, as to what's happening now, sadly, we haven't been able to do it for a year kasi nga, 'di ba, gatherings more
Yeah.
than 10, am I right? Or 50 are
Yeah.
not allowed. So,
Mhm,
but
mhm.
hopefully, when this whole COVID thing blows over, we'll be able to get back to that regular schedule.
Wow.
And it seems like
Grabe.
you're like hitting two birds with one stone with your cause, because I feel like you really love diving.
You're smart. You got
Yes,
it.
I
Yeah, I
do.
know. It's
I
like,
know.
no, here's where the saying turn your passion into your profession comes
Mm.
in. So, because I really believe that you won't be able to do something to the best of your ability if you don't have heart in it, or if you don't have a genuine concern or interest in it. So, everything that I do in my life, it has my heart. It has my 100% effort in it, because I do absolutely care about it. So whether it's in radio or voiceovers or hosting or sportscasting or cleaning the reef, or just being a good person to others, you do it with utmost sincerity. Nox, naging ano na lecture.
No.
I cry.
Did you
I
cry?
cry.
I was,
Yeah.
I
yes.
cry. Oh,
So
then,
yeah.
sorry, we're with COVID right now, no? And but kahit may COVID, apparently nakita mo nakakapag-host ka pa rin.
Yeah.
How's that? How does that go? Walang crowd. How do you go? Can you take us to one of your typical hosting gigs na walang crowd? Kasi parang I'm
Okay.
amazed that people are also in Zoom watching you, and then you're parang paano to? How does that
Diba?
work?
Well, actually, I'm very grateful that events are still happening despite the COVID thing, because I'm able to have some source of income from that. And it's true, Gary. It's weird. It's weird not to have that live energy, because as a host, diba, like you feed off of that energy to get you going and to fuel your next ad lib or your next presence on stage. But with this, I think it's just kasi minsan I have hostings that I'm required to be at a specific venue, and it's just the crew and me, but we have people who are attending online, so they're basically still there. It's basically still live, but it's happening across the cables and the airwaves. So
So
I think
parang
I feed
nag-Zoom
off
lang
of their
tayo lahat.
comments in the chat
Parang
box.
nag-Zoom party lang siya, ganun.
Oh, ganon.
Basically,
Parang
ganun.
nag-Zoom. It's one big happy Zoom party. Yon, ganon.
Pero sa
And but
side
there,
ni Alex, it's a full production.
it's a full on production, yeah. And then it's
Okay.
really, I hate to say it, but it's really on my shoulders to carry out the program as if it were live. And that's
I
tough.
can imagine.
That's tough. But thankfully, I'm working with great people, great producers, great directors na who help me.
Nice.
Yeah. Hirap mahirap. I'm
I
not
can
gonna lie to you.
imagine.
Mahirap siya.
But that's the way, wala I don't want to say it's a new norm, pero right now, ganun talaga yun eh. Tayo,
Yeah.
Oo
nag-Zoom na
nga
tayo,
eh.
di ba? I mean,
Oo.
ganun talaga yata.
Tayo rin
True.
naka-Zoom, naka-full production eh.
Oo.
Oo.
Yun, no? Di mo, ganda ng setup ni
Oh,
Alex.
diba?
Si Alex, nahiya naman ako sa wall ko. Wala akong kaano.
Oh, it's very clean. Parang medyo na messy ako dun sa background ko dahil sa white. Tanggalin ko na ba?
Di ba?
Okay yan.
And you had that
Yeah.
booth built during the pandemic na no?
Oh yeah, okay. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy you brought that up. So, okay, I'm just gonna say, like, I think among a lot of people during the pandemic, I went through really, really bad depression. It hit me very hard. Because as a
Hi.
creative person, I'm both left and right minded. So, but
Mhm.
the creative side of me, I didn't have an outlet for that. and I kind of went. It hit me hard, and also because a lot of my events were canceled. So it's like, oh my gosh, source of income, bam, and I decided, okay, either I take a risk and invest in this booth and hopefully come out on the other side to be able to accept more projects at home. Because I did have a microphone on my own, I did have a laptop, but I didn't have the environment to, really produce quality voiceovers. So this really helped me. And I decided, okay, let's put my money in it because it's an investment. And it's probably one of the best decisions I've made in my life to do this. Because, yeah, as you said, voiceovers are part of my 2020.
So at least now you don't have to go to the studio, dyan mo na lang ginagawa. Tapos pinadadala na lang.
Tama.
Galing.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, so ano to? As in, these are the voiceovers sa mga advertisements, radio ads, whatever.
Yeah.
Commercials.
So,
Ang galing.
ang galing nga. Kasi parang when I watch them now, parang sabi ko, wow, parang dito lang yan ginawa, yung VO. Diba? Diyan lang yan. minsan
Nice.
tingin ako siya parang, best decision ever.
Wow, galing. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, di ba?
Anything that you
Diba?
might have already watched or
Or listened
heard
to,
on the
yeah.
radio?
I want to
Yung
keep
mga pwede mo
it
lang i-reveal kasi alam ko may mga ano yan na hindi mo pa pwedeng sabihin.
Oo, tama. Sige, sabihin ko lang yung mga na-air na.
Yun na air na pwede na.
Oh, yung na-air na pwede na. You know the CDO Young Pork Tocino? Yeah, the fantastic.
You're making me kilig, kilig na kilig, kilig sa'yo.
CDO Fantastic Young Pork Tocino.
Kilig na kilig, you're making me kilig.
With every bite, ramdam mo ang kakaibang kilig lambot at kilig sarap.
Kilig sa'yo.
Sarap kiligin sa CDO Fantastic Young Pork Tocino.
Yeah, that's me.
Ikaw yun.
Ako yun.
Kasi
Yeah.
napapanood ko rin sa Canada no? Nag-react yun.
Actually,
Bili ako ng bili nun, hindi ko alam si Alex pala yung
but-
Oh,
but
kaya
I've
ka
actually
napapabili,
become-
Farley.
Ngayon, lalo na.
I've actually become the official voice for CDO.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, libre ka ng Young Tocino?
Hindi naman, I support naman the brand. So bibili rin ako. But they're very kind. They send me packages from time to time. Kasi alam nila paborito ko talaga yung tocino nila.
Vegetarian ka, padala mo na lang sa akin.
Hindi ako vegetarian. Meatarian ako. Meatarian. I need my meat.
Ako, to be honest,
That's
now, pag
nice.
may naririnig ako advertisement, like ko iniisip, si Alex ba yan?
Alex Buto. No, but you know what? As a voiceover artist,
Wow.
I find satisfaction and joy when you're not able to figure out if that's me. Because that means I did my job.
Mm.
I just knew about the CDO.
Yeah, the CDO, because that was-
Because he posted
Yeah.
it somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wag lang paglalaki yung boses. Ang hirap isipin mo si Alex pa rin yun.
Ano ka ba? Si Alex, one of the voice.
Oh, one of the
One of the
One of the
boys.
boys?
One of the boys.
So aside from the hosting and stuff, mga ganun nga, sabi nga ni Joel, anything, what do you plan to do pa now? Aside from that, do you want to venture into something else? Like, narinig ko, singer ka rin sa Itbulaga. Was that
Oo,
my-
kumanta yan. Kumanta yan.
nga eh.
Kung di nyo
No.
na manood, pasample nyo na kayo.
Is that
Huwag
the
na padala
plan
yun.
somewhere?
So,
So I'm a
Yun.
singer in my shower. Okay? But in
Para pala
public,
lahat tayo, ano?
Uy,
Para
sa
pa namang
Itbulaga,
shower
walang
booth
shower.
yung sa ano.
hindi
Yung sa-
kasi for
Yeah,
some reason the
ba't magaling
nerves get the
mag-shower?
better of me when I'm asked to sing in public for some reason. But when I sing on my own, it sounds okay naman.
Sabi nga sa Itbulaga, singer ka? Di kami naniniwala.
Oo nga eh. Ay, nako.
Were you part of a band somewhere? Before, wala naman.
No, well, in
Nag-dabble ka
college,
rin ba yung ganun?
in college, parang nag-form din ata kami ng band. But it was
Hindi
only,
alam, ah.
it was a very short-lived, short-lived stint.
Sample.
Sample naman dyan.
Oo, kahit
Naman.
mga tatlong stanzas lang.
Usapan to,
Tansa talaga.
Wala, baka sigilin tayo niyan, pare.
Grabe.
Wala tayong pabayad ng
Baka sigilin
CF
tayo.
niya.
Oh,
Lahat-
sige ko kayo ng
Padala natin ito sino, baka pumayag.
Ayun.
Oo nga.
si Alex, inspired mermaid na, DJ, sportscaster, meron din siya sarili ng web show, pare. She's apparently a geek. A geek at heart.
Yeah, I'm a geek.
What did you tell us about that naman?
Yeah, so over the quarantine, I got a message from one of my friends, Vince Velasco, and then he said, Alex,
Si
do you
Vince.
consider Vince, do you consider
Cute
yourself
siya.
a geek? Tapos
Ayun
parang sabi ko,
naman.
ay modest akong tao eh.
Oh.
Parang sabi ko, I mean, I love X-Men, I love playing games, like recreationally, I love reading comics, ganyan. Sabi niya, okay, geek ka nga. So we formed this show, it's called Geek Speak PH, and we go live every Monday at 8 p.m. and we just talk about geeky things. Actually, Monday night, we had our Valentine's special. Napakanta rin ako doon.
Oo ba?
Oo.
Grabe,
Valentine's.
Papayag ba naman tayo
Napakanta siya
dito? Hindi.
Valentine's
Oh,
yun eh.
grabe.
Valentine's.
Grabe, hindi naman tayo papayag.
Sino mga kasama pa rin aside from Vince?
Justin Quirino, who was we worked together also in Play FM on radio, and Ariana Epperson. She's a gamer talaga.
Is she the daughter of ano?
Of
Jenny?
The father.
yes, daughter of Jenny Epperson. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
The
Really
daughter of
great
the father.
bunch. Yeah, super great bunch.
Si Vince, I've worked with him a couple of times. Mabait siya.
So what's next for Alex?
Oh my.
Law school.
Alex the host.
What
Law school,
do you
law
for
school.
Alex? Law school.
school,
You
law
know,
school.
I won't say never. Hindi malay natin. But right now, what's next for me is, you know what? I just got back to radio, so I think that's really on the.
Oh, sorry. When you
Yeah.
say you got back, you have a slot again? And sorry, I have no idea.
Yeah, so
from
I took
plug
a
mo naman.
2-year break, from radio because I've been on air. I would like to say since I was a kid, and then I did it I really made, I really went out for it on my own here in Manila. I think back in 2014, was it? 2013, 2014. And I've been on air since. And then I think my last air was Feb 6, 2019. And then I took a break and I'm back now. So it's good to
What
be
radio
back.
station?
This is still with Republica 875 FM1. And I'm on every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 12 noon to 3 p.m. And Gary, you can listen to us while you're there in Australia because we are streaming online as well.
Canada.
Canada. You are there in Canada. I don't know what's wrong with me.
875. It's online.
Yeah, we're online also via the Radio Nation app. So you
Sige,
can
I
download
will.
that.
Nice.
Let me know. I will give you a shout out.
Wow. What do you play? What kind of do you play music? Is it a talk show? What is it? What happens during your 3 hours?
We're basically like a top 40 song kind of radio station where we play mostly hits and currents and recurrents. And we do have live casts as well, and OPM songs as well. So very, very, very good mix for you. Very good playlist for everyone who wants to listen. We're more of less talk,
Nice.
more music. Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, that's good. That's always good.
That's good.
Always good, right? Yeah, keep it short,
Yeah.
but keep it snappy.
Yeah.
Nice.
But aside from that, diba, you also have you still have your Radiohead episodes on?
Yeah,
on
I
YouTube?
do. But you know what? It's been a while. I think it's been 6 months since my last episode. I really need to get back to this. Just a lot of things I'm juggling in right now. But I love that. That's my love child. That was a concept that I literally came up with while watching a music video on my sofa. And I said, why not do this? Yun.
Ganda. Napanood niyo na ba yung Radiohead ni Alex sa sa
Parang
YouTube?
napanood ko one
Diba?
episode.
Okay, please watch it. Ano lang, kahit
Yeah,
one
watch it.
episode lang, yeah. Because I don't
Where can
just
where can
focus
we find it?
on YouTube. So you can go to youtube.com/radiohead by Alex C. And I have, I think, about 6 episodes there. And I don't focus on new music only. I focus on, I think, songs that deserve to be put in the spotlight.
Oh,
so whether
yeah.
it's old, whether it's old or new or way old.
6 months na yung last mo nun.
Yeah, I'm so busy.
Oo nga, no.
Ganun talaga
Nice.
pag Renaissance woman ka, ang dami mong jam-pack
Oo.
talaga yung schedule mo.
Yeah.
Well, Renaissance.
Alam mo,
Habang Renaissance.
Okay.
Renaissance.
Renaissance.
Renaissance, yun.
Talented
Kaya
na lang.
tayo, hindi tayo literature.
Talented na lang. Talented.
Talented na lang.
Talented.
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 Yan.
Inimitable. Yan.
Ah,
Ba?
Oh,
Ba?
diba?
Wow!
Inimitable.
Lalong dumip word. Inimitable.
inimitable.
Yun, grabe. That's a lot of
I'll
great
start
stuff.
using it from now on.
Yeah.
Inimitable.
Inimitable. Yun. A lot of
Parang
great stuff.
Alex yun.
Talagang si Alex is a paano ba? A master of many things, no? Master of many things.
Mistress?
Yun.
Master ba? Ano bang?
Kasi I
Parang
really,
parang weird kasi kung mistress.
Oo nga.
Master naman pa din.
Wag naman.
Master na. Oo nga eh. Iba eh, no? Na you
no,
were
I
saying, Alex,
believe
right?
kasi, I had a CLV lesson. I think this is back in grade 6. And it stuck
what's
with
CLV?
me.
Sorry.
Yeah, Christian living.
Christian?
O,
Like,
diba?
Ah!
O, diba?
Christian
CLV sa amin eh.
Kaya finally CLV
CLV sa amin.
Christian Life.
Ay, sorry,
Christian
CLV.
Life
Naging CLV, tapos
Education.
naging CLVE. Yun.
Ah,
Christian Living Education and then Christian Living and Virtues. Tama ba?
Oh.
I don't know. Basta yun. Grade 6. And it said there, do you remember that parable about talents?
Mm.
You remember, or that coin that,
Yeah.
the
yeah.
father
The
gave
talents,
his
yeah.
3 sons
Yeah.
a coin each. One son spent it right away. One son buried it. And one son was able to grow his money. And that really stuck with me. And the lesson there was, with your talents, it's a God-given thing, right? I believe that. And what you should do with your talents is you should discover, develop, and do them. And that's what I've been trying to do mostly.
Discover, develop, and do.
And do.
Grabe,
Yep.
Greedy.
napaka profound.
Yeah,
Profound
diba?
na-
Na-enlighten ba kayo?
We didn't
Oo,
expect that.
enlightening words from
Not
our...
tonight.
Discover,
from our-
develop, and do your talents.
Yun.
Okay.
Grabe. galing. So yung mga kalaro, alalahanin yun. Discover, develop, and do. Yun.
JDs.
Kaya, ang daming mga ano. Yeah, but unfortunately, sadly, that's all the time we have with our very special guest, with Alex tonight. Sabi ko nga, di ba kanina, she has a very jam-packed schedule.
Yeah.
Swerte na kami na we were able to get some of her time for tonight. Anyway, thank you
But,
so much, Alex, for taking
Alex,
the
I
time.
hope next time,
to
baka
tonight.
when we invite you, makabalik ka sana. Next
Oh,
time.
naman. I
Dogger,
just really
yun.
I have VOs. Literally, as soon as
No,
I'm done here,
You don't have to
I have to
explain.
pop into this booth and
Layo,
do VOs.
dahan-dahan. Baka may ingat
Oo
ka.
nga
ha?
eh.
Baka
Traffic,
traffic.
Baka mawalan pa akong gasolina eh, no?
Mag-waste ka muna para siguradong,
sige. Left?
Okay. Anyway, so baka may shout out ka or something that you might want to promote or plug to our ika nga ni Fari, televiewers, no?
Sige.
Libo-libo
Mga
Thank
lima
you
yan, mga
for
lima.
giving me this
Mga
time
limang nanonood sa atin.
to promote. So, okay, let's start first with radio. Please listen to us, Republica 875 FM1. All the DJs there are spectacular, but if you really want to listen to me in particular, I'm on every 12 noon to 3 p.m. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We stream online as well. For hosting, if you need a host, just message me or message my Tito friends here. They can get in touch with me. And for voiceovers as well. And we also have a geeky show called Geek Speak PH, and we go live every Monday at 8 p.m. together with my co-hosts Justin Carino, Vince Velasco, and Ariana Epperson. And yeah, sportscasting, hopefully all of us, as your fellow Titos here, they're all sportscasters as well. Hopefully we get back into the action very, very soon, as I miss working with these wonderful guys here. And that's it. Thank you so much for having me on your show.
Yeah, thank you. Oh,
Thanks,
mga sport dito, baka may parting shots din kayo para sa ating special guest.
Shots up.
Hindi ako, for Alex, I already messaged her before. I talked to her before. I told her, keep up the good work. You're inspiration for everyone out there, not just especially she's worked with us already as a mom, diba? As a working mom, and I see her with her kids. She's an inspiration. She keeps her work. She loves what she's doing, and especially the mermaid thing. Sorry, I keep forgetting. What's called.
Mermaid mission.
Thing.
Oh nga, yeah,
Yun,
mermaid mission.
Cleaning the earth. Now, my daughter's into that, so she was very happy with it. Oh, look, my friend is like that. Natutuwa siya. Please keep up the good work, and I hope to see you again. And that's it lang. God bless, Alex. Keep up the good work.
Thank you
We're proud of
so
you.
much. Parang naiyak ko dun.
Huwag na tayo magsalita.
Hindi ako,
Go,
it's
Hals.
nice to see you, Alex, doing well despite the pandemic. Ganun naman lahat magtsatsaga lang, lahat makakabangon din. Tapos, I hope you go to law school. I
Na?
promise to join you if ever because hindi, yun yung frustration ko before Actually, muntik na talaga before.
Go, do it, Farley.
No, parang gusto ko lang may kasama, may kasabay pagpasok.
May kasabay.
Meron naman yan usually pag
Yung may kakilala ka kagad.
Oo, marami
Hindi, yung may
naman yan.
kakilala ka kagad. Gusto
You
ko.
know, law school is very, very fun. I have friends who have just entered and they entered on their own and they made so many friends. So I encourage you, Farley, go for it.
Tsaka pinakagusto ko kasi doon yung magbabar ka Enjoy ako pag nasa bar. Kaya gusto ko rin mag-law school talaga.
Nakita mo yung reaction ng lahat ng tao.
Okay. Face palm no?
Yan.
It's like,
It's nice to see you doing well.
thank you
Di
very
ba,
much.
Nung despedida ni Gary last year, if you
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
recall,
That's the last
can't
time we all
recall.
saw each other.
tapos doon ko lang na-discover na si Alex pala yung bata na takbo ng takbo araw-araw
Oo,
sa harap
alam
nung
ko.
townhouse
Alala ko.
namin.
Sabi na, oo nga, ha? Ano ba apelido mo? Agila. Hindi kapitbahay ko.
Oh,
Tapat na tapat na
oh,
townhouse.
totoo yan. It's a true
Shared-
story. He was my
Shared
neighbor.
driveway.
Yeah.
Totoo
Yun.
naman yun.
Oo,
Wow.
totoo
Di-
yan.
Tinataon mo
Diba?
yung kung ano yung edad mo, Files. No? Naalala
Hindi,
mo po si
ah,
Alex
Ano
sa...
tumatakbo?
Hindi, kasi kaya kami nagkakilala, nasa stroller siya, nasa walker ako.
Wow!
Ahit lang ako ng konti. Nagkakarera kami doon sa driveway
Ganun ka nakatanda? Nag-walker ka na?
Oo.
Yung gano'n.
Yung ganun.
Walker na gano'n
Oh, yung
Para sa
gano'n.
mga pilay. Yan.
Ay, Coach.
Nice to see you, Alex.
Nice to
Coach
see you.
Noisky?
Thank you so
Good
much.
luck,
Very quick lang,
Thank you.
Alex, keep up the good work and I hope na every time I listen to an advertisement, I'd always keep on thinking, is this Alex? Is this Alex? And one last piece of advice, be better with names, please.
Yes, Roy. Oh, Noy.
Once again, thank you so much, Alex. Good luck with everything you're doing. Sa sobrang daming ginagawa mo. I'm sure that the Sportitos here are just like wishing you all the best, no? We hope to see you again here on Laro-Laro lang. Maybe next time, even not just as a special guest, but as a special guest host. No?
Yeah.
Ba tayo
Yeah.
No, you know
ng
what?
guest, tapos
Next time, let's
mag-host ka
play a
rin.
game.
Oh,
Yun,
nice.
pwede.
Oh.
Pwede.
Right.
Yun, okay. So,
Alright.
Yep.
And
so
guys,
much.
I
I
just want to
like
say
that.
congratulations on what you're doing. Great show. I mean, you're able to do this even with Tito Gary all the way in. I don't know what to say
Canada.
anymore. Kasi baka magkamali na naman
Canada
ako.
na lang. Canada na lang.
Oh, the witches!
Canada. Yeah, great show and more power to your show. More success.
once again, thank you so much to our very special guest, Alex C., a very good friend of the Sportitos. Now we go to our next segment called Carambola, where I will give a topic to the rest of the group, to which the group will give their own ideas and opinions. Ang importante lang dito, dapat out of the box yung mga opinions na ibibigay nila. Kasi tulad nga na parating sinasabi ni Mr. Excited,
Kaya nga wild eh.
yun! So, there you have it. So, mag-ano tayo. So, ito ang ating unang karambola topic for the night. But just remember guys, no? Mga kalaro, these are all our own personal opinions. They do not reflect the opinions of anyone else. Nagkakwentuhan lang kami dito mga sportito. So, wag nyo kami masyadong seryosohin or pwede nyo na rin gawin, no? But just remember, laro-laro lang. Okay, we go right into our first karambola topic. 2 weeks ago, the Sportitos talked about the recent trade that brought CJ Perez into the SMB fold. The past couple of weeks naman, we have seen some changes in the other camp. Unang-una, si Coach Chot Reyes made a return to the PBA by being hired as the new coach for the TNT Tropang Giga, replacing outgoing active consultant Mark Dickel. Si Coach Bong Ravena naman, who was designated as the TNT head coach until recently, was retained as an assistant coach for the team. And in a recent tweet, nagpresenta din ang dating PBA MVP na si Eric Menk na maging assistant coach ni Coach Chot. Along with this, rumors have started to surface that a Ravenna reunion might be in the works, as chatter among PBA fans and some observers have led to the idea na baka daw makikipag-trade ang TNT at NLEX para malipat si Kiefer Ravenna sa Tropang Giga. And recently pa, The team also picked up Dave Marcelo, Glenn Cobuntin, and Ping Eximiniano from the free agent pool. Mukhang nagkaka-arms race ngayon ang dalawang kampo ng PBA, mga sportito. Ang tanong, ano sa tingin ninyo ang magiging effect nito sa league as a whole?
Ano ang kalalabas nito sa PBA? Well, parang sa NBA, you could say that the rich get richer. As you know naman, ng Lakers ngayon, everybody wants to go to the Lakers. The rumors that even Blake Griffin or even Andre Drummond could possibly land with the Lakers. If not the Lakers, he'll probably go to another team contending like a Clippers or even Nuggets. So
Nets.
talagang the rich get richer. Or the Nets, sorry. The rich get richer. So sa PBA, I would say it's the same. The rich getting richer. San Miguel started the ball rolling. Di ba? Kinuha lang si CJ Perez. I'm sure it will not stop there. Ang NLEX, in order to compete, TNT, in order to compete, has to do the same. Di ba? Hindi pwede maiwan yung, I would say, the two name brands in the MVP group and the San Miguel group, di ba? Kailangan hindi pwede maiwan yung dalawa na parang nila, star franchises of each group. Will it do good for the PBA? Yes and no. Yes, because syempre, star power yan, di ba? If Kiefer goes to with his dad, imagine mo Kiefer Ravena, Ray Parks, backcourt. Wow, di ba? Dream backcourt yun. To go up against CJ Perez and Alex Cabagdo, Ross, and then Fajardo. Talagang they'll really be competitive with another. No, for me, sadly, because parang ano nangyari sa ibang teams, kawawa naman tayo. It'll just be a two-team, will it just be a two-team race? Diba?
Two-horse race.
Although Ginebra will always say, hindi pwede yan. Diba? Lagi na out of the blue of Ginebra, diba? But still, honestly, this is why some fans are being turned off. That's why parang, ano ba? Sila na naman, ganito na naman ba? Dalawa lagi malakas, diba? So, yun, I think it might alienate more fans than getting more fans. But hindi yung pwede discount yung popularity ni Kiefer. Diba? So, Kiefer moving on to his father's team will probably be a good thing and possibly bring in more fans also. So, that's my take on the whole thing.
So you're saying, Gar, na Kiefer possibly moving to TNT.
Possibly, yeah.
It's going to result in more fans. It can possibly result in more fans watching the
Yes, so because it's not to take anything away from NLEX, di ba? But NLEX is not a popular team. I mean, not as popular probably as the TNT, which had its since the Mobiline days pa, familiar na siya, di ba? So fans can probably associate more with that, di ba? And then people probably want to see the dynamic of Kiefer being coached by Chot Reyes, di ba? Diba? Still, although Kiefer's still adjusting this new position as a point guard, he's adjusted well. Feeling ko, marami pang improve yung bata na yan, di ba? So, tsaka syempre, alam mo naman pinibagandang kwento, yung magkamaw naglalaro, di ba? Yung gano'n, di ba? It's a feel-good story. At the same time, Ray Parks, dati mong rival, now you're biglang magiging backcourt partner mo. Di ba? With Poy Era, imagine mo Roger Pugoy pa, nandun pa. Di ba? That's a nice team and to coach. And the coach Chot, yung Bilican na team, well loaded and well stocked. And it's not guaranteed to be, of course, hindi siya guarantee na mananalo sila, but all the weapons and all the heads are there for them to reach the top.
Yun. Sino follow up doon?
No, tama yung sinabi ni Gary, yung ang positive for the PBA is marerenew yung rivalry between San Miguel and Tokentex, the lead teams of the two groups, no, MVP group and San Miguel group. Pero makapabor lang yun sa PBA for the finals if ever they face each other. Pero during the regular season, sinabi rin nga ni Gary, yung parity of sa teams, yung level of competition will suffer also. So sa akin, actually more of negative sa akin. Ako, I'm after yung pantay-pantay yung lakas ng team para any given day, any given night, any given day, hindi mo alam sino yung pwedeng manalo. Yun, sa akin. So, yung basta, yung pantay-pantay yung mga teams, mas gusto ko. Kasi from 2012 PBA season until the last yung sa bubble, 17 conferences, twice lang na hindi San Miguel Group and MVP Group ang nag-champion. One was Alaska, 2013 I think, and 2015 yung Rain or Shine. So, yung balance nung league ang concern ko. Mas maganda kasi yung paiba-iba eh. Yan. Yun lang sa akin.
Sa per conference to, no?
Yeah, 17 conferences.
conferences.
The past 17 conferences, dalawa lang ang hindi SMC group or MVP group ang nag-champion. Talk and Text noong 2014 and 15.
Yeah, but
Ay,
if
di
you,
pala, sorry. Talk and Text.
Yun. If you think, ilan ang total teams na nag-champion? Kung hindi mo iisipin kung MVP or SMC group.
Ginebra, San Miguel, Magnolia, and Talk and Text. 4 of the 15.
Huh? I don't get it.
What?
4 teams lang ang
15.
nag-share ng 15 na
15.
wins. Oh.
Tapos tig-isa yung Rain or Shine in Alaska. So medyo
So
mababa yun.
So aside from Alaska and Rain or Shine, the other 4 teams that have won during the 15 remaining championships are either San Miguel, TNT, Ginebra or Magnolia.
Yes.
So isang MVP group sa tatlong San Miguel group. Basically.
Yeah.
Oh.
Di pa kasi nagka-champion yung dalawang teams ng MVP group NLEX and Meralco.
Yeah.
Although Meralco has like come
Always,
close, di ba?
Always finalists palagi.
Sila, di ba?
Yung buzzer beater ni di ba?
Brownlee.
They always come short against Ginebra for some reason.
Kontra Pelo eh.
Actually,
bubble din, di ba?
Nag-ano din sila, di ba? I mean, they got Mac Bello now, si Meralco. Although it came at the expense of yung bata ni Coach Noy, si Baser.
Yeah. Although sabi nga, baka
bumalik yun sa TNT.
Baka umalis din si
Kaya from a competition standpoint, yun nga, you can make the case na hindi, parang it's stacked, the odds are stacked with certain teams. But then again, it's still a sport. It's still, basketball pa din yan. So any given day, anyone can pull off an upset. Like, I'm not sure if you noticed, Chief and Gary, parang every time down before, ang San Miguel, basta against Terra Firma or whatever the name of the team was, lagi silang nahihirapan, di ba?
Hirap, oo.
So yun, so it's, yun lang, from a competition standpoint, on paper, you would think na heavy favorites sobra tong mga teams na to, like San Miguel, TNT, Ginebra, whatever. Yun nga, from that standpoint. But from a fan standpoint, if you're a fan of the PBA, of course, medyo matuturn off ka nga because andun nga yung attention dun sa mga teams na getting stacked and everything. Pero for us, San Miguel fans, I mean, I don't mind. I mean, if San Miguel gets stronger, I don't mind. Bahala kayo sa buhay nyo.
Actually,
so di ba, for TNT fans, they're happy, di ba? And if you're a Blackwater fan, you'd probably be disappointed na, the balance of the team, the competitive level is not that good for Terra Firma, although they'll be getting good players. They still have, if they keep Munzon, they have Adams and whoever, they pick with the 8th pick of San Miguel. they're still building a team. But then again, yun nga, for the fans, it's if you're a fan of the PBA, it's really not something. Alam mo yun, you have to choose which games you'd like to watch, as
Mm.
opposed to, di ba, yung mga hardcore PBA fans would watch any game.
Yeah.
Pero yun nga, with the current setup, medyo parang mahirap panoorin lahat ng games. Yun.
Parang
From
iba,
a
ipapaubayan mo na
point
lang sa
of view,
highlight.
from a business point of view, of course, for San Miguel, they're getting stronger. For TNT, they're getting stronger. It's good for their brand. For the other teams, you don't know. I mean, is their target is to be competitive, or is their target to be, to stay in the league? So yun. So there are just so many viewpoints, but yun nga, ultimately, I think in the grand scheme of things, I don't think it's really a good thing for the league. Although for any league naman, you'll always have those teams that are weaker, there are teams that are stronger, regardless of any league. You had your arms race, Gary?
Yeah. Kasi arms race, di ba? If you're done, may add lang ako.
Go.
So, ako yung kay Farley I like Farley's suggestion also that pantay-pantay. Ang problema, hindi ganun eh. NBA, PBA, CBA, whatever.
AP,
There will always
NCAA.
be ABL. There will always be one or two teams na aangat. For whatever reason, they spent more money, better players, better uniforms. There will always be teams na better than the rest. There will be some teams na parang, what the hell are you doing? Bakit, di ba? May ganun, or talagang, wala. Talent's just not there, di ba? So, ako, ganun talaga. It's just that na-highlight lang more sa PBA because recently, let's face it, fans have not been going for various reasons, di ba? Bumababa ang attendance. There will always be of course, marami manonood ng Ginebra or Manila Clasico or the San Miguel, but let's face it, di ba, ganun. Ako, tawa ko ng tawa, iba nagagalit. Bakit ganyan si JT? San Miguel pa ako, I don't care. Di ba? I mean, I don't care. Kasalanan ng problema, yung ganun, di ba? Parang for me, I like Farley, pero parang, sorry kayo, San Miguel Sangat, yung magagawa ko. Yung ganun. I won't get bored of winning. They'll say, unfair. And you tell your team to get some other players na magaling. I mean, di ba? I mean, I don't want to sound pero that's just the way it is, di ba? At one more rant lang I want to say is that San Miguel has not been winning the past, granted wala si Slaughter, di ba? Si Fajardo, di ba? And people say that Coach Leo Austria's job is on the line and whatever, ganyan. Man, I just have to tell you that in spite of a team that has talented as CJ Perez right now, if they don't win, it's not because, not Coach Leo's fault. Hindi madali mag-juggle ng mga players na magagaling.
Yes.
Di ba? Like Coach Chot. Coach Chot is coming into a loaded situation. Chot is multi-titled. That doesn't mean that when it comes to everything will be, di ba? It's hard to coach teams with talent. Mas madali pa yata mag-coach ng minimal talent. Kasi, alam mo yun, mamomotivate mo yung mga
buy-in.
More room for mistakes.
di ba? Pero itong mga ganyan, parang pag nakikita ko, kakatawa, may mga comments ako nakikita sa Facebook about pinakita yung lineup sa Miguel and then may mga hirit na, anybody kay coach team. Gusto sabihin, sige nga, i-coach mo nga. Gusto ko ulit.
Diba?
Sige nga. Huminit ka ng plate, titignan ka ni Christos na parang sabi mo, hindi ba? What'd you say?
You have to demand respect pa. Di ba?
Di ba? So, it's just funny that you get all of these. And then, of course, I'm speaking like a diehard San Miguel fan. But, people are, tinatawa lang ako. Ginagawa pag, kinuha nila si CJ Perez, pumayag yung isang team. Ano magagawa natin? Di ba? It may seem lopsided, which, unfortunately, we all feel it is. Di ba? But, at the end of the day, what can we do? It is naman. Reality. At sabihin natin, lopsided talaga. Problema, kaya kami nila wala kami yung sasabi. Kami ni each. Di ba? Kakatawa lang eh. Pero yun lang talaga. Nainis na ako pag meron nagpakita ng lineup and then anybody can coach this team. Gusto ko, sige nga.
Sige nga. Good luck.
Sige nga. Good luck. Good luck. Diba? Wala lang. Yun lang. I just wanted to tell you. I'm sure you guys feel the same way.
Yeah.
May mga ganun, this NBA, whatever, yung mga let's face it, everybody knows their basketball. Everybody's an expert, di ba? So, wala lang. I respect everyone's decision and whatever. Sometimes, funny lang talaga yung mga hirit na mga iba. Parang, okay?
Ganun naman talaga. Itong ang ano natin, setup natin dito lahat naman ng mga opinion natin valid naman eh. Wala
Walang mali.
wala naman talagang mali dito sa mga ano natin.
Walang mali.
Yeah. Yun, abangan na lang natin kung anong mangyayari sa arms race, no? Baka mamaya puro rookie na lang ang matitira sa ibang mga teams. Puro rookie na lang matitira sa ibang teams.
Next month na yung 14, March 14.
Okay.
March 14 ang
Rookie draft.
Rookie draft. Yeah, rookie draft. True. Actually, ito na-mention. Magandang lead ito dun sa second natin na question.
Wow, swabe.
Diba? Na-question na-point out ni Gary na yun na nga, konti na lang yung manonood ng games, ng live, ganun. Ito, bigyan niyo ako ng wild na ideas ninyo. If you were handling the PBA or PBA commissioner for a conference for a day, ano ang gagawin ninyo para dumami ang manonood ng PBA ulit ng live?
Libre ticket.
I mean, as commissioner, you still have nandun pa rin. Magbabalance ka pa rin ng ano. Kung maglilibre ka ba ng ticket,
Lilibre ko kay Farley. Lilibre ko ang GA. Then, maybe come up with mga pricing na parang buy one, take one, or buy one, take one at 50 off the second one. Sa mga upper A. Yung mga ganun ba?
Di ba ginagawa na yun ngayon? Buy one,
Ginagawa
take
ba
one.
yun? Okay.
Tapos yung mga sponsors sila na products, if you present a label or a wrapper,
may mga ganun na ba yun?
discount, meron eh.
Meron na? Meron na ulit pala. Alam ko na meron.
Ay, hindi. Before, yeah.
Before.
Sa akin siguro, one idea is to make it 2 conferences.
Okay.
Parang masyado na matagal isang all Filipino, isang with import.
Tas ganun din, isang single round din lang yung single round lang yung ano mo, yung games mo.
Siguro pwede mo gawin double
lang.
yung may import. Yung may import, gawin mo double, I don't know. Kasi parang bakasawa na rin yung tao.
Okay. Yeah, ikaw
Tatlong
personally, anong feeling mo?
Ako, makikiride doon ako sa sinabi ni Farley. I would limit it to, maybe maganda yun, 2 conferences, 1 all Filipino, gawin mo triple round robin, whatever. Triple round robin, I don't know. So dami ng teams, di ba? And then maybe pahinga somewhere in the middle, maybe have an invitational or something, parang all-star games, touring lang, para lang to get people's fans interest na walang team, just to keep the players, And then 1 season-ending conference. The season-ending conference, I would go back to the days. Honestly, I miss those days ng dalawang import na isa unlimited, isa 6'2" and below, yung mga ganon. Namimiss ko yung mga araw na yung mga 7-footer na athletic, mga 6'8" players of flying, skying, yung ganun.
Kasi nila doon, less chances for Filipinos to play at that time.
I understand that, but if I were the commissioner na for the day, I would bring those back. Di ba? Kasi ako honestly, okay lang. Kasi honestly, ako nung time na nanonood ako ng PBA, it's for me to watch these imports The Dexter Shaws, sila Norman Black, yung mga Billy Bates, man, yung mga, sino ito mga
Glenn Hagan.
O yung mga players na nagliliparan, sila Carlos Briggs, yung mga kanya, di ba? Michael Hackett.
Kami ni Noy. Kamot muna kami nun. Di na namin alam yung mga...
sino mga PBA, sino mga imports na kilala nyo na...
Inabot ata nila, mga third kill na no?
Hindi ko pa nga napanood si third kill
Ako naabutan ko.
Naabutan ko, Strothers, Travis, Harris.
Yung mga ganyan, di ba? Tapos ako, Ennis Watley, di ba? At saka ako magko-conscious effort ako, sasabihin ko yung mga teams na maghanap kayo ng magaling na blockbuster. I mean, yung showman talaga na either is a prolific scorer, a high-scoring jump-dunking machine. Para people...
Sa totoo, actually, maganda sana yung pick-up talaga ni TNT ng yung si Terrence Jones.
Oo.
Maganda yung pick-up sana na yun. Kung hindi lang siya medyo may attitude kasi nga.
May attitude na NBA ako Di ba? Yung gano'n, di ba?
Ang naririnig ko yung quality ng import kaya medyo bumagsak because they set a limit also for salaries.
Yeah, may cap.
Which I
So,
which I
Pag
understand.
yung sa Korean Basketball League, sa sa China, walang laban
Wala.
daw.
Alam ko rin
Tapos
yun.
And of
maiksi.
course, since the conference nga maiksi.
Maiksi
Yung
dito,
kontrata mo is
2
like what?
months, 3
2
months.
months?
Parang,
Tsaka minsan, like yung kay Terrence Jones, tinatamaan pa yung NBA playoffs or
Yes.
NBA season na sayang, they can use it as a, di ba?
Mm.
But for me, sayang din, okay din yun. Sayang din. That's one. Another thing, maybe if I add another conference, I would put the national team, make it one team, and then have them join. Kasi iba rin ang dala ng fans ng PBA.
ito nga yun, sa April, kasali sila.
Pero ito, gagawin ko sila, kasi nga, gilas draft yan. Hindi, yung team na yun, gawin mong team, hindi na draft nila sa gilas team, then make them a team. Diyan mo sila isabak sa PBA. Diba? Sila yung, sige, matatalo mga bata, but mahahasa yung mga yan. I remember
sabi nga
watching
ni Coach Ronnie?
Yun, I remember watching
this. Diba, tumigil yun nung after nung the whole Winnie Arboleda incident.
Yun, probably.
Tama, magandang maganda yan na bring back the Philippine team, the Gilas team, make them one of the teams, the competitive teams, kahit na...
Yeah, di ba, put them a sponsor, ano ba, ano bang smart, whatever, smart Gilas, whatever. Let them join the conference, pahasa yung mga yan. And then we're thinking of getting a naturalized player pa, di ba? Ay, tama ba? Ange Kwame recently, napasa.
Ange, di ba?
Second reading.
Second reading pa.
Na.
May gospel pa.
Gospel na lang.
Responsorial sum pa.
Tapos na responsorial. Tapos na responsorial sum eh. Oo.
Praise of the faithful.
Tapos finally, huling bas-bas na lang yan. Tapos na.
Ikaw, coach.
Wala.
Ito, ngayon lang,
Wala akong maisip.
nag-pop up lang sa isip ko, no? Totally na habang nag-uusap tayo. Try for one conference the MPBL style. Assign a team to a city. Diba? The San Miguel team is assigned to Quezon City. Yun na, no? Dumating na ang eyeglasses ni... Diba? As the Magnolia team to Pasig. Ganon, may ka para, ita-drum up mo yung na local. Diba?
Home team
local.
na yun.
Oo, home team. Kasi that was, for me, I was a fan of the Cebu Gems of the NBA kasi I was Cebuano. Merong may natural na magro-root ka for your home team. Kahit na hindi lahat yun, taga Cebu. Diba? They represent your city.
The best MPBL team name ever, Muntinlupa Cagers, the best ever name.
Pero if you think about it, if you follow that MPBL style thing, yung Ginebra kahit di mo nalagyan ng home team eh. Barangay Ginebra.
Barangay Ginebra.
Hanapan mo lang sila na home court. Araneta. Like Araneta.
Sila yung QC. Sila yung QC.
Alaska Milkmill, lagyan natin sa Baguio dahil malamig. Alaska. Labo. Labo.
Pero I mean, para lang kasi kung napansin din natin, di ba? Pag pumupunta ang PBA sa probinsya, marami pa rin nanonood.
Yes, agree.
Pag nandito sila sa Metro Manila, wala gaano. Yan yung mas konti. Siguro din dahil sobrang laki ng mga venue natin dito sa Metro Manila. Pero doon, jam-packed. As in, di ba?
Kasi bihira naman doon one game lang.
Kontrabida to, sabi ko na eh.
Hindi. Yun yung point nila.
Sabi ko na eh.
Bihira kasi ganun.
Pero alam naman natin yung mga iba, they came from the ranks, they came from the provinces, and they don't mind giving back. That is the reason why the PBA is losing its fans, di ba? Ako nga, akala ko nung naglilipatan na itong sila Kiefer or sila Jeron Tengs, yung mga nagagaling ng UAAP nang lumilipat, akala ko madadala yung fan base eh. Ang problema, the players are there, but they go to teams that are not popular. They go to teams like Terra Firma, they go to teams like Blackwater. So when I'm a PBA fan, I'm looking for my favorite player, yung team na, hindi ko kilala yung team na nilalaroan niya. Di ba? So for me, maybe one good way also, if you get these popular players, I understand you have to put them on teams na kailangan lumakas, di ba? Pero what if these players are playing on popular teams? Like, Skipper, what if he goes to TNT? What if si Joshua goes to Ginebra? Diba talaga, wow! Pipick up yung mga fans talaga. Wild talaga, diba?
Just wait for a year or two. They end up there anyways.
O, tinong CJ.
Yun ang
Tinong CJ
dapat eh.
Perez.
Alam mo,
Si J.
dapat pag
Perez.
first 5 or first round pick ka, hindi ka pwedeng ma-trade in 5 years.
Dapat i-play out mo yung rookie contract mo in the same team, ganun.
Hindi, kunwari 1-year contract ka lang. Dapat
Wala
number
bang
of
ano,
years.
wala ba
one
siya,
year
yung
contract.
rookie contract, walang fixed?
Wala. Ano lang, limit
Talagang
sa salary.
May
sa
limit ng
salary lang, pero yung
But
the
duration.
wala. Pero ano yung nabasa ko na starting 2021, magkakaroon na ng totoong unrestricted free agents sa PBA.
Meron na to, di ba? May
meron na.
listahan na, di ba? May
Yes.
Diba
listahan
yung
na
mga
kasi-
nangyayari ngayon? Yung mga
Years
pinipirma?
before. Yeah, years
parang-
before, may
parang yung
agreements
mga
na number of years. Yeah.
Oo, na parang kung yung mga na-draft nung 2014 ba? Or something? Or 2016?
The number of years
Ah,
before, unrestricted ngayon.
So,
Kung-
what you're saying
kung
right
free
now,
agent ka 2021, unrestricted ka. Yun.
Di lalo na
so what
ngayon.
you're saying right now, with unrestricted free agency, anybody because can sign anywhere, hindi
Wala
makikilala.
nang right of first refusal.
Pero going back to the topic, hindi kaya rin yung quality of play kasi ang ninipis na ng tawag ngayon.
You know,
Nawawala yung
that's always
excitement, parang putol lang putol. Foul, free throw. Ako siguro yung yung level ng competition.
Hindi mo ma-level out yun.
Hindi mo level eh.
Never
Hindi,
naman
Walang
talaga
pera
eh.
yung iba
Kasi dati mga nasa 7-8 na yung maganda na teams, technically.
Okay, that doesn't necessarily mean that people will start coming back in because pantay-pantay yung teams. No, and that's why I agree with you in that sense. No? But something drastic has to be done talaga eh. Kahit i-advertise sa PB na pantay-pantay yung laban, why? Will I still watch it, di ba?
Ikaw mukha ngayon,
to-
Terra Firma, walang
Why not?
superstar.
But di nila gawing parang NBA, di ba NBA came to a point nung nawala si Jordan. Di nila alam yung next superstar. Hina-hype up nila si Iverson, hina-hype up nila si Grant Hill, hina-hype up nila. Why doesn't the PBA
Do something outside of the sport.
get
Hype the
their
personality.
2 or 3 personalities? Di ba?
Market
And then
the personality.
i-market nila.
Oo.
Keep the
Kasi
freedom.
Oo.
Di ba? Ray
Kasi
Parks.
'di ba ang Pinoy is a very personality celebrity driven
Yes, di ba?
country.
Are we talking about politics?
Well, everywhere.
No, di ba?
Everywhere. We
Ako,
are a very
kung ganun,
celebrity driven country.
I would take 1 or 2 players from each team. Gaganda lalaki ng mga Semirad. Puto, di market mo, di ba? The Wonder Twins or something like that. I mean, di ba? Market mo sila.
Di ba last,
Bring in the casual
Well,
fan.
before the
Maglabas ka ng
pandemic, kasi, go.
No, I mean, maglabas ka ng mga jerseys, trading cards. I mean, i-market mo yung buong mga players nila, yung mga ganyan, di ba? It might work. Di ba, mga
Before the
merchandise.
pandemic, meron akong napansin, pag nanonood ako, di ba first game and second game, 4:30 and 7 o'clock. Yung
Gitna.
tigalawang player nung second game, nasa may pintuan, pumipirma ng photo op,
Autograph.
saka yung meet and greet.
Oh,
Meron.
nice yun.
Para come on sa mga pero nasa
But
loob
then
ka na
again,
nun.
Oo. Hindi ka,
yeah.
di ba?
You can come up with that fans day, ganyan, di ba? Okay yun.
Dapat
Minsan kasi yung mga teams pinadadala, hindi rin yung dalawa na pinakasikat
kumbaga,
nila.
14th, 15th man.
Minsan gitna naman.
No, that is why kung ako yung PBA commissioner, I will tell them, oy,
Eto. Yes.
Pugoy, lumabas ka ron. Oy, Eram, lumabas ka.
True.
Hindi pwedeng si whoever.
O kaya first 100, may shirt na may pirma.
Oh. Or
Pero
yung
yun,
mga nagbaba.
nanonood ka na nun.
Oh,
Hindi, parang nga dumami.
tsaka ano rin eh, honestly, Chief, hindi mo alam kung paano mo i-market sa PBA. I-market mo sa masa, i-market mo sa, middle class like us or high, yung ganyan, di ba? Ang hirap din for them eh. I guess, di ba? To, like ako, honestly, okay lang sa akin magka-jersey sa mga ganyan, sa mga, PBA, di ba may mga ganun, di ba? That's why talaga kailangan talaga nilang i-market yung mga players sa either sikat from na dating from an Ateneo or Lasal or UST, as same as yung mga galing ng probinsya. Yung alam mo yun, pakilala mo sa madla.
Yeah.
Let them go in billboards, let them go in mga ganyan, pa-meet and greet mo. Di ba ganyan? Yung panahon nang pumasok sila Benji, Cordillera para si commercial nila, ang ganda nun nakilala sila ganun. Something like that. Parang Young Guns or something like that. Or,
The, ano nga
yung
yun?
mga ganun ba?
The New Blood. Ano?
Or New Blood or something like that. Diba? Imagine mo, now is the perfect time because now you have 94 new, possibly new PBA players coming in.
Yes, yeah.
Di ba? Problema, mawawala ng trabaho yung mga iba. Di ba? Yun ang tanong ko. You think you should have another fan? You should have another...
Team?
Ako, yes. Ako.
Expansion,
Personally,
yeah, for sure.
dapat 2 to 4 teams yan, dapat.
Oh, parang ganun kagaling ang mga... Maraming magaling na Pinoy talaga eh.
Yeah.
Sabi nila,
nakikita man kasi,
marami.
yung mga nalalaglag from PBA, napupunta sa MPBL. Tapos, hoping to get
naman.
back to the PBA.
Pero ang gagaling, mga Pinoy magaling talaga mga basketball.
Ayaw pa nila magdagdag kasi. Ewan ko.
Because...
Parang di ba yung sabi na parang it's not yet in the priority. Parang yun yung
also, I understand that these companies have to advertise their products, di ba? Maglagay ka ng mga popular, balik mo yung mga Royal True Orange, yung mga Pop Cola Sizzlers, balik mo yung mga ganun. Diba?
Pop Cola Sizzlers.
Ay, di ba Sizzlers? Ano ba?
Butlers.
Sizzler.
Jimmy Butlers.
I mean, yung mga popular na brands man lang sa ano?
Let's sabihin mo, di ba, parang magpapasok for example, si SM, di ba?
Di ba? Di ba, they've got it all for you.
They've got it
diba?
all. Good luck sa PBA na magkaroon ng ideas na to come up with para bumalik naman yung mga casual fans. Ako, pag nagkaroon na ng opportunities for live, no, to watch
PBA,
it live.
pag may kinuha kayo ideas ng NF Sport, bayaran nyo kami.
Hindi pwedeng yung for exposure lang. Hindi kami pwede dun sa for exposure lang.
Kunin nyo kami, regular hosts.
Saka pag minarket nyo kami, dapat personality-centric.
Yes.
I'd like my own jersey, please.
Okay. Ito, punta tayo sa last natin na question. Okay, ito bumunta naman tayo sa NBA. Okay, so the NBA has tentatively set the 2021 All-Star Game on March 7. Nagkaroon na ng 2 rounds ng voting, di ba? May 2 rounds na ng returns. Pero kahit na may 2 rounds na ng voting, may mga top 10 na bawat position, maraming mga notable players tulad nila LeBron, si Kawhi, si Antetokounmpo, even si De'Aaron Fox, nagsabi na medyo nag-object sila sa pag-hold ng yearly event na to. Si Chris Paul, who is the president of the NBPA, who is supposed to be na kasama ng NBA sa pagplano ng All-Star Game, especially during this time, no? During the time of COVID, naglabas na rin siya ng statement na the decision to hold the game was autonomously made by the league. Ang tanong, mga sportito, should the NBA push through with the All-Star Game? Why or why not?
Again, ako babalik lang ako kay Farley. These guys are being paid to play basketball. If the fans want them, although they won't see them live, if the fans want to see LeBron and Steph Curry as teammates, why would you want to stop it? It's the first time. It happens once a year. It happens once. Why? Di maglaro sila ng 10 minutes, umupo na sila, let the others play. Kung ayaw maglaro ng mga LeBrons and the Antetokounmpos. At the end of the day, the fans will make or break their popularity, di ba? I think even in this time of pandemic, COVID, they owe it to the fans to perform.
Mm.
And, you know, dahil sila wala sila kagana-gana, parang insulto sa mga fans, binoto ko namin kayo and everything. Here we are buying your merchandise in spite of the COVID and you guys are going to say, oh, I want to rest, oh, I want to ganyan. Man, they're getting paid bills to play basketball. Sabi na they're not slaves, they're not whatever. But it's one day, one game. For me, they should continue.
Okay.
Fan standpoint, yeah, they should. As a basketball fan, I think we would all like to see that happen. I mean, with the voting and everything, it just shows that there's still interest from the fans to see that game happen. Pero siguro from I feel like kung andito may kasama tayong coach dito, they would say na we can do without that this year. I mean, it's still not over. The pandemic is not yet over, and to do something na not part of the regular season, you can just give those guys time to rest. It's not the easiest setup right now. I mean, you don't go to your hometown and get to stay in your house, I think. I mean, you probably have to stay quarantined. So yun, from yun nga, in as much as I'm not really the biggest fan of LeBron, but parang naintindihan ko din yung side nila na let's do away with this and let us just concentrate on the regular season na as it is hard enough with the situation. But yun nga, again, as a fan, I'd really would like to see that happen. Like, let's still have the normalcy of what we're accustomed to. Na at some point, there will be an all-star game. Alam mo yun, we still do want to know who will be voted in as all-stars. Parang it's, parang to give credence to the players who have performed well. And we would like to see that game happen. Hindi lang yung sabihin na, si ganito all-star, pero we're not playing the all-star game. Yun.
So, Pards.
Dalawa.
Sa akin, yun na, tama si Coach Noy From a fan's point of view, yes. Pero, siyempre parang nakikita mo rin yung points ng iba na it's pandemic, di ba? Nag-iingat nga. Hindi ka nga yung ibang venues ngayon, wala pa ring audience. Yung iba naman, may 1.5 na, may 3,000, di ba?
Oh.
So, what's the use of having an all-star game kung ilan lang tao? So, hati ako. Parang mas okay na rin sigurong wala muna. Di ba? Pahinga
meron
sila
wala, I
or...
don't mind.
Mm.
Tsaka if you think about it kasi, at the current situation, parang you're just managing a team. Parang meron kang protocols for a team. Ngayon, kung isa-isa yan, bawat isa sa kanila, they'd have to join another team. Parang iba na naman yung the logistics.
No, I agree, marami logistics,
Oh.
whatever. Iba lang yung dating kasi sa akin when some of them were ranting about it.
The way they
Iba
were
yung dating
reacting.
The way they're reacting Iba yung dating
Parang they could have just shown the resentment privately, hindi publicly na, ayaw namin laruin yan.
Oo, yung ganyan. Kasi, ganito ganyan. Maybe they said, maybe kung ang tone would have been, you know what, I'd rather be resting. I don't want to play or whatever, but if the fans agree, then I'll do it.
Yeah.
Kasi, now, they rant. At the end of the day, sasabihin maglalaro ako Hindi maglalaro ako. Parang pilit na pilit. But if you told them in a way na ganun lang, you know what, at the end of the day, I'd like to repay the fans, but given the choice, I'd rather just rest my body. Iba yung dating di ba?
Pero ba yung sinabi ni Lebron?
Hindi ganun pagsabi ni LBJ Iba
Kasi si Lebron medyo mas diplomatic siya Mas media savvy kasi si Lebron
Sino sinasabi niyo hindi masyadong maganda pagkakasabi?
I mean, ganun dating Si Yanis yata ang medyo mas brusque yung
pagkasabi.
pagkasabi.
Tsaka si Aaron Fox yung nagsabi na parang it's stupid. Yeah, pero pag sinabihan daw siya na maglalaro. Ha?
Pakso?
Ano daw yung
Aaron Fox?
Aaron Fox. Oo.
Fox, oh. Okay.
But still, I
Hindi,
mean,
mali.
if the Aaron Fox gets voted in as an all-star, tatanggi
Oo.
pa siya?
Hindi, sabi niya, but if I get
Gusto.
voted in, 'di ba?
Is
Pupunta
that
ako.
stupid anymore?
Kasi ayaw niya ma-fine. Yun yung ano niya. Ayaw niyang ma-fine.
Never pa naman siya naging all-star. So, like,
Hindi kaya
what
nag-iingay yan para
credibility
maboto?
do you have to, you know?
Then, coaches naman ang boboto sa kanya eh. Tsaka I don't think he'll get in the West. Sa dami-dami ng guards mas magaling sa West, I don't think he'll
Kaya
get
siya
in.
ganun. Kasi hindi naman siya
Kaya siya
maboboto.
nag-iingay.
Alam niya naman na hindi siya papasok.
Hindi, imagine mo sa West, it's Curry and Luka, di ba? Pasok na sila, more or less.
May Dame.
Then you have, sabihin natin, ilan ba? 7, di ba?
Dapat.
Tatlong guard pa, tapos 4 na front court siguro, no? Tama ba? Sabihin natin
Or
gano'n.
baka 4 na backcourt, 3 front court na, no?
Sige, sabihin natin. Sa 4 na yun, sabihin natin 4 na yun sa West, that's Lillard, Paul George.
Kanyan? Sa West? Paul George.
Sa West, sino pa?
Okay.
Lillard, Paul George.
Jokic ay...
Donovan.
No.
Backcourt nga. Backcourt.
Donovan Mitchell, I agree. Donovan Mitchell, and one more.
Yes.
Baka si DeRozan. Baka si DeRozan pa yan eh.
Chris Paul. Devin Booker.
Chris Paul. Devin Booker.
Diba?
Devin Booker. And these guys, ang daming sa ilalim pa na, ayun, Aaron Fox is probably 6th or 7th best guard. Diba? Ikaw, Chief, what's your take?
My take on it, mag-2K na lang sila. Yung lahat ng mga naboto, iko-control nila yung sarili nila, ilalaro nila sa 2K.
Masaya yun. Masaya yun.
Sila,
The best answer.
Si Booker pa pala.
Kaya nga wild eh. Mag 2K sila, naglaro sila ng 2K, tas yun na lang yung ano. Yun na lang yung all-star game. Di ba? Since with
Atlanta ba yung napili? Tama ba?
Ha?
Atlanta, no?
Ang venue?
Ang host?
Sabi.
Atlanta, di ba? Tama. Atlanta ba?
For this year ba yun? Next year na rin.
This year.
This year nga yata Atlanta.
Atlanta, no?
Oo. Kasi medyo maluwag sila dun. Pero yan, mag-2K na lang sila. Yun na lang yung ano dun. Diba? Hindi pa sila ma-injure doon. Kahit na nasa sarili silang bahay, o bigyan silang tag-iisang PS5. Maganda na naman ang graphics ng PS5 eh. Mukha ng totoo eh. O, diba? Yun. Yun ang take ko. Pero ito, side question. Sino ang isang wild pick ninyo na makapasok sa All-Star this year?
Jordan Clarkson.
Wild pick, ha? Jordan Clarkson. Ang ganda ng nilaro niya. 40 points.
Dropped a 40 piece.
Yes.
The Aaron Fox.
Wild talaga pag nakapasok yun.
Wild talaga.
Julius Randle.
Pwede rin yun. Julius Randle.
Sino?
This year.
Julius Randle.
Ako nga, si ano eh. Ako nga yung sa player ng Houston sana kung di na-injure eh.
Wood?
Victor Wood. Victor Wood. Christian Wood.
Ako gusto ko
Actually,
makita
maraming
sa
nagsasabi
All-Star
na
game.
dapat.
Gusto ko makita sa All-Star game si LaMelo Ball.
Yeah, I agree.
Kasi he would flourish there kasi wala namang depensa eh. Di ba? Kahit nga ngayong medyo din depensan, medyo naglalaro na siya eh.
Wala na nung rookie, sophomore? Ganon, wala na, no?
I don't think so.
Walang nasasabi. Mukhang wala.
Wala All-Star
lang,
game
Ever,
eh.
just the main All-Star game.
Parang
lang.
yung 3 points slam dunk.
3 points din ata
Or
meron.
half time.
Half time. Basta one day lang.
Oo, one day lang lahat. Yun yung gagawin nila. 24 hours.
One day long.
Laro, alis.
One day, isang araw.
Biglang napa-Broadway si ano. Still excited.
Levis si Rabeno. One day long. Si ano? Si Vucevic pa, All-Star. Si Vucevic All-Star.
With the numbers.
Si parang by default siya napapasok eh.
Will any
Wala
of
nang
the
ibang
lahat ng big 3 papasok? Nets.
Lahat ng big 3. Sino ba yung mga big 3? So big 3 na.
Kyrie.
No, sorry. For the Nets lang, papasok kayong 3.
Okay.
Hindi.
Yeah.
Pili ko.
No.
Kyrie hindi.
Pili ko si Kyrie hindi. Pili ko magiging ano pa yan. Controversial pa.
Kasi
Pag
konti
siya
lang yung
pumasok.
nilaro niya.
Snub siya ngayon?
Hindi lang.
Pero hindi.
Na-out.
Depende.
Nag-ano siya eh.
I think pasok siya na yun. I think pasok silang tatlo.
Pasok yan.
Hindi.
Wait, was Harden,
yan.
is KD starting forward voted as starting forward siya?
Oo.
How was Harden and
alam ko
Irving? Di ba sila pasok?
Siya Embiid Antetokounmpo yata yung
Sino backcourt? Di ba Harden?
ata. Oo, Harden ata eh.
Oh. Wala ba makapasok si Kyrie kung one of them,
Pasok yan si Kyrie.
if two of them are starters, pasok yun. But I agree with
Sa
Julius
7?
Randle. I agree with Julius Randle.
I mean, I never really liked him, but
Ako rin.
Ang ganda ng ginagawa niya ngayon. Tapos, namumunga. Ang ganda ng nilalaro ng Knicks ngayon.
Is
Ang
Zion
nakakatawa,
all-star?
Ang nakakatawa, si Alex Caruso, mas marami pang votes kaysa sa ibang mga guardian ng West.
Popularity contest naman talaga kasi yan eh.
Oo. Pero
Clay
hindi balance
Thompson binoto nila, di ba? Tawa ako eh.
mas mataas pa sa vote si Kyrie kaysa kay James Harden.
Ngayon?
Yo.
Oh, so pasok si Kyrie.
Number
pasok si
2
Harden.
siya. Number 2 siya sa guards. Number 3 si James Harden.
Sino number 1?
Bradley Beal.
Oh.
So, starter, sa ngayon, starter si
Kyrie.
Irving?
Si
Mas
Irving
showing
Magic
yata si
Johnson.
Harden. Julius Irving
Magic Johnson.
Clarkson. Ay, Jordan pala.
Pero yan.
Sorry.
Wait, last lang. Final declaration. Si Noy, Julius
Okay.
Randle, si Gary,
Jordan Clarkson ako. Wild.
Jordan Clarkson pala si Noy. Si Gary,
Ano sinabi ko? Kalimutan ko.
Malay ko sa'yo.
Ako
at
ano?
Christian Wood yung sinabi mo.
Ako, Christian Wood ako. Christian Wood.
Yun, Christian Wood.
Sino?
Pero injured.
Pero injured.
Ay, yung tingin ka lang dyan sa likod mo. Sa jersey mo. Sa jersey.
Oo nga, sa jersey na yan.
Tingin ka sa jersey na yan.
Lavin.
Yan. Di ba?
Zach Lavin.
I love it.
Oo.
I love it,
Akala
love
ko
it,
si Kobe
love
White.
it.
Lavin
Kobe
tayo,
White.
Lavin.
Okay, Zach LaVine for Farley.
Yun. Zach Lavin for Farley. And that is Karambola. And with that, we come to the end of yet another show of Laro-Laro lang. We would like to once again thank our special guest, Alexi. Ayoko siyang tawaging sportita kasi hindi pa naman siya tita levels or tito levels tulad namin. So,
Babalikan tayo nun.
tawag natin doon.
Sabi kanta pa kantahin.
Yun,
Hey, Alex,
thank
it's
you
nice
once
seeing you again, Alex.
for being part of the show. Yun. And now we go to our parting shots. Let's start, of course, with Mr. Excited Gary Villanueva.
Again, thank you, Alex, for gracing our show. And for everyone who's watched with us, our ramblings sa Karambola. Ayoko lang na-offend at huwag niyo kami seryoso. And remember, we are just for the heck of it. And for those, i-continue ko lang yung sinabi last time ni Coach Ronnie, please stay safe, please take care para matapos yung pandemya to. And so we can all go out and play and watch basketball and every other sport that you like. So from Canada, snowing at this moment. Stay safe, eh? Good night.
Yon. Ituloy natin with Coach Miro, Noyo Africa.
First of all, of course, thank you very much, Alex, for finally gracing our show. Yon. So, my takeaway from Alex is, yun nga, you can be multi-talented, you can be a renaissance person, but yun nga, it always starts with the passion for something. And again, for everybody, please keep protecting yourself. In that way, you protect others and you protect your family. Huwag kaming masyadong seryosohin, pero itong pandemic na to, please lang, seryosohin na natin. Laro-laro lang.
Yon. And of course, hindi magpapahuli si Mr. Pasabog, Harley Romantico Aguila.
Thank you, Alex, sa pag-guest sa aming online show. And Stay alive. Yan ang sinasabi ni John Travolta.
Bee Gees.
Good night.
Oh, BGC. Okay. At ako naman, si Chief Bisdak Joel Parcon, leaving you with these words of wisdom ko, no. Okay lang maglamangan. Basta sa huli, patas pa rin ang laban. Stay safe, everyone. Good night.
Let's do the